Hello my good friends and welcome to episode 81 of One Credit Classics. Before we start today's episode, it's time to thank some of our glorious patrons who have pledged their support on our Patreon page. Thank you very much to the following lovely people: Justin Timpot Gamer, Strider Caden, Alex Cassidy, Chris Lewis, Aaron Chatfield, Prince Watercress, Talon Scave, James Capper, Andre Russell, Liam Bowes, Callum Stannard and Stephen Griffiths. If you'd like to join that glorious number and support this channel to get all kinds of cool benefits, then check out the link in the description box below. Any donation that you'll give will allow you to enter exclusive Patreon-only competitions, request games for our Saturday videos, Patreon picks, watch those videos, and also that inevitably increases the number of videos that you can get from 1 to 2 a week. Also, on the business end of what we do, check out our Amazon affiliate scheme. There's a link in the description box below. If you shop on Amazon, then use that link when you do, and we'll get a percentage every time you buy something. It won't cost you anything extra, so save that link and get shopping. Right then, ready to fall out? After the friendship-sapping classic that was Super Bomberman, I figured the next logical step was to play a bit of Monopoly. And what better way to do it than to hook up the awesome Super Nintendo version and bankrupt everybody. Now, there are so many versions of Monopoly, as you might imagine, on a massive variety of systems, from as far back as the BBC Micro and the Tatung Einstein, I know right, to as far forward as the Nintendo Switch and the PS4. The version we're going to have a look at is Sculptured Software's 1992 version of the Parker Brothers 1935 seminal board game, and I'm going to have a 4-player game with 3 computer-controlled characters. If you've not played this game at some point, well, I really don't know where to start, to be honest with you. You basically need to privatize everything, build loads of hotels, and make everybody else homeless. So think the Tories in about 1984. I had this on the Master System. I'm pretty sure I rented it from a video shop, to be honest with you, but I loved it. And it was another example of a cracking little 8-bit Sega conversion. I thought I'd do this SNES version because I never really played it at the time, and on balance it's a good choice because it's very playable, and it does have that extra bit of kind of graphical know-how, and it's kind of nice and polished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 4-player, 3 CPU, and we're going to try and make as much money as possible at the expense of everybody else. Let's make big buildings and poor people, shall we? Let's get started, shall we? Oh god, I love this game. So we will go 4 players, human, that'll be me, probably name in. And yeah. And let's have a look. I'll just pick anyone. Right. Who is there? Paulie looks like a bit of a fucking gangster, doesn't he? Oh, Billy Bob though. Unbelievable. So it's me, Paulie, Billy Bob, and Gary Kant. Amazing. So I don't want to have to explain. Here's how it works. What you'll find with the computer players is that they very well 99% of the time, if they can buy something, they will buy something. That is the basic strategy of computer players on Monopoly. So yeah, they'll just crack on with it. Right, give me something. Oh fucking hell, we got a chance card. Can't be money. What have we got? Nice. However, the unfortunate thing, that's going to be renting it. Yeah, that'll be like fucking £4 or something. Nice. So there's a few kind of elements to this that make this kind of cool. The whole kind of trading thing, the trading engine on this works really good. If you haven't got enough money to buy a property, you can auction it, which is cool as well. Like the auction function's really really quite good. And yeah, that's those 2 bits are kind of quite cool. Playing it multiplayer is hilarious. If you play it like all the animations are cool as well, if you're being honest. But playing it multiplayer like with 8 people is a proper laugh. What you need to do initially is to just try and snaffle up as much as possible on the first couple of rolls, because everyone's got quite a lot of money. So what you need to do is what's he on here? 7. Now you see, now the other guy's just got the first one there. So if one of those 2, I mean, he can't get it there, but like the other guy could get what, like oh no, he hasn't, but he could have rolled a 3 and got that other one, and then he probably would have traded for that. You're noticing as well that it's the because it's the American version, it's all the American properties. So you haven't got like the Old Kent Road and Mayfair and all the rest of them. Hey up, got a red in there ever. So this is going to be somewhere ridiculous you've never heard of unless you've played the American one. Was it Ventnor Avenue? Somewhere? Kentucky Avenue. Nice. So that's somewhere Billy Bob would live. See, this isn't too bad because a lot of those, the computer ones are falling kind of over each other, really. So there's not too much stuff getting bored up, really. Right. What's Billy Bob's? Railway station. Yeah, so those are 200 each. And it goes up in increments depending on how many that you own. I want to say it's 25, 50, 100, and then 200 if somebody else lands on them and you've got all of them. Right, what's Paulie saying? Come on. Yeah, get to jail, son. Oh, the getting out of jail voice is hilarious. Proper comedy, racist Irish voice. Probably like, don't you be coming back here now. Like fucking Father Ted. Right, where are we? Nice. I love that. That is literally what you're best doing. It's a bit of a shame, for me with this go that I haven't got any of the blue ones or the purple ones, because they're like the purple ones are some of the best in the game, I think, because it doesn't cost you a lot to stack them up because there's 3 of them. Do you know what I mean? You increase the chances, and yeah, the purple ones are gutted. Yeah, the purple ones are really good. Right. Is he in jail now? Oh, has he got the other one? What's it? Marvin Gardens, is it? Marvin Gardens. $280. Or, Here you go. Yeah, $280. Or post-Brexit, £275. Cheers. Jesus Christ. Now, the worst part of that whole thing was, there's loads of really bad things, and my selfishness is going to massively come out here. Let me just buy this first for 300 quid. I'd booked to go to Vegas with my lovely wife, before the referendum anyhow, and I reserved the hotel, but was paying it when I got there, and then inevitably, the prices that I got the reservation at, because the pound had fallen that much, it was like 1.7 before when we booked it, and then when I went to pay, it was like it was literally like a couple of weeks, like 1.25 or something. Right, I could do with something good. I was with a bit of cash here. So yeah, like that week cost me an extra 200 quid. What we got? Oh, nice. I mean, it's only one ad, but still, a couple of ad. But yeah, 100% have that. They're well known that the thing with those two is there's only 2 property groups in the entire game that are only a group of 2. You've got like the purple ones, which are the cheapest, and the blue ones there, which are the most expensive. But obviously the property values kind of reflect that. So like it's $200 to put a house on one of those, the most expensive ones. But if you've got anything more than 2 houses on those ones, it's like $600 and $500. And if you get hotels on those 2 of the game breakers, gutted. You're looking at like thousands of dollars. I think it's $2,000, the most expensive one. Right, where are we? Oh, fucking tax. Right, now you do get a choice here of 10% or 200. But obviously, as I've just spent quite a lot of money, 10% for me is worth it. It takes your property into account as well, which is quite good. Right, what's Gary saying? He's going to buy somewhere, is he? A small dog. Yeah, the auction thing's quite cool. Because it's like, if no one's got any money, you literally can pick up property for next to nothing. And sometimes you'll find that, like, you'll get right to the end of the year. You'll get, like, I've got it before where there's just me and somebody else left. Here he is. I've got right to the end of the game, and there's literally just me and somebody else. And then we'll land on a property and no one's bought it. Do you know what I mean? As not even one of those ones where it's been owned and then do you know what I mean, mortgaged or whatever, and swapped and sold and the rest of it. Literally no one's bought it, and there's still a for sale sign up, and you're like, Jesus. Right. Now, what I need to do here is kind of be careful a bit, because for that entire first trip round, how much is that? That's fuck all. For that entire trip round there, I've only actually, what was I going to say? God, my head goes blank sometimes. I only actually made $25, right? Because I got my 200 for pass and go, but then I got like I got 175 tax. It's just so like the real life, innit? Except no one's quite as Tory in this. You'd hope not, anyway. Right. What's Paulie saying? Yeah, that one's gone already, hasn't it? Have I got that? Don't think I have. No, Billy Bob. Panhandle. Right, come on. That one's gone. That's alright though. They aren't too expensive. And especially, obviously the rents are all kind of different. The way it works is if you control all of one colour, then the rent is then doubled. And if you control, I've got this one. And then once you've got all of one colour, you can start putting houses on it, which increases the rent, and hotels, which is the maximum for increasing the rent. You can see on the board there, what's happening here. Oh, he's trying to trade, is he? What? I love how they do this. Are they just like, yeah, nothing? Yeah, get this. Right, you can have it, mate, for this is I don't even care what's realistic. I'll just twat around here for a little bit. That's the other problem with this. It's like super sensitive. Like, so you're trying to get anywhere near a realistic amount, and it's just like you need like a key, then increase it by one at a time. What are we saying? Oh, and a property. No, I don't really want it that much. No, just fuck off. So yeah, that's how trading works. They will. You can trade at any point. You press the button and trade with computer characters, but they'll often try and just, if you've got something that they want, the game will often get interrupted like that, and they'll say, right, and let's trade for this. Oh, you got 12 to go on there. I own that, right? Or do I? I don't even know. No, Gary. Oh, he's only right. 48. It's really weird, but like you get kind of in that first kind of thing, you just get lost in the blur of buying everything, right? Because you're just constantly like anything near the end or near as you get into the game, you really kind of you understand a bit more about what you've actually got and where rent's going. But at the start, it's just like you just buy anything. Oh god, excuse me, I was yawning. I don't need this being on him. Give me a bit of cash. Go on. Nice. That's solid. It's made up for the shithouse time I had the other loop round, isn't it? Right. That's from Pass and Go, right? £6. $6 to stay somewhere. Jesus Christ. Frightening. Oh, what's that luxury tax? $75. I mean, $75 for luxury. Calm down. I love the music though. I love how dramatic it is. Right, that's one of mine as well, right? This will happen a lot because I haven't got any of this written down. I'll go, is this one of mine? Yes, it is. Beautiful. There you go, you see? But I was just so expecting that not to be. And I was going, oh no, it's not. Hang on a sec. Right, how much is that? Oh god, this is a risk. I've got to have it though. Somebody else is going to have it if I don't. Right, I need to play this. Play it cool, Trigger. I need. This is always what. Do you know what I mean? I was like, right. But the funny thing is, if I hadn't have got that thing at the community chest, I wouldn't be able to buy that. But it's always the thing, isn't it? You're always like, right. Quiet one. Let's have a look. The more observant there will notice that I pressed the wrong button. I was just trying to play it down. Such a dick. Right. Let's have a look. So what I'm trying to do is get a bit of cash. Don't don't really want to give a property away if I can help it. But he's got quite a lot of money, and I'm aware of the fact that I haven't got any money. Yeah, let's try. God almighty, you just have it, mate. God, can you imagine? Let's try a realistic kind of sum and see if he'll do that. Nice. It's just that thing of bowling round where you could get bankrupted from anything. It's just no fun at all. Hopefully, I'll just roll past go now, and there won't be any problems. But just for like, oh, it's computer traded. For how much money I'll make from that, it's not worth hanging on to, really. The way it works with those is that it's I want to say, is it 5? I don't even. It's 10 times, 10 times or 5 times. I want to say. So whatever you roll to get onto that, either the light bulb or the tap for electric or water work, you just multiply that figure by. I want to say it's 5 and 10. It might be 6 and 10 if you got them both, obviously. I need something nice and straightforward here. Yeah, that's fine. I can deal with that. Oh shit. Ugh. What are we saying? It's no more than 100, right? 120. Yeah, fuck, I've got a choice of. Getting motoring around the board now. But that's what we need to do, right? We need to just keep chipping away, get a bit of cash, and then we'll probably try and build a house or two on the two expensive ones. Go on, Gary. Gary can't. Jesus. The good thing with the chance cards as well is like that. You saw I got one that said, take a walk to Boardwalk, and I did and bought it. Like, if I've got a hotel on there and somebody gets it, take a walk to Boardwalk, then it can be game over for them, really. That's handy as well when you get one. It's like, go somewhere and you have to pass go. Solid. Right. I could do with like... it's always the same, innit? Do you know what I sound like? I sound like somebody who's convinced themselves they're staying in on a Friday night, but everything's just conspiring against them to go out on the lash. Like, wow, I could do with a quiet one. Do you know what I mean? And then you get round off the board and like something happens and you're like, well, I suppose I really should do that. Right, let's go. Yeah, no, oh god, it's fucking bit me in the arse, that hasn't it? What are the chances? 90 quid's that? Oh, Jesus, Gary. Well, Gary, not Mark Lawrenson. Well, Gary, at this level. Miserable bastard. Right. Now where? I do love playing Monopoly with a guy called Billy Bob. I mean, that's just heck as fuck, innit? Right. Solid. Bit of free parking. There might go. Oh, God. See, this is the one I'm worried about. It's like, give everyone all your money. I've had a good look at this as well. I'm probably due one I have to pay. Oh, what a touch. Got an extra 200. Let's try and get around the board again. And get another 200. And then it might be time to look at putting some houses on, I reckon. We'll see. Right. Who's got that? Not me, right? No, Paulie. Those are good ones as well. Those yellow ones. They are a bit more pricey, but then the rent seems to like the jump from when you look at like the jump from the blue ones on the bottom. What have you got there? I'll keep out of jail free card now. Get out of jail free card. Sorry. The jump from like the blue ones on the bottom row to like the purple ones and the orange ones isn't massive, but somehow like the jump from like the orange ones to those yellow ones is just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? You with hotels, it's a lot of money. And it kind of unlucky Paulie. You sound like a jailbird, to be honest. Crazy thing sometimes as well is the fact that, like, it almost, oh fuck, it all not pays, but sometimes it's kind of, if you're kind of under the cosh a little bit and the guy's got a load of like properties and stuff, sometimes it's safer just sitting in prison. Like, proper is. Right, is that mine? No, I don't think it is it? No, it's Billy Bob's. Right. Fuck him. F in and R in, and then I just thought, like, I don't know, like, I get the feeling that I'm nearly there, right? And these two are approaching. You've got that one in jail, but he can't stay in there forever, right? Don't you be coming back here now. Beautiful. And a bit offensive. He's paid the 50 there. You can do that. You can either roll 3 times or you can pay 50, or you can use one of those cards. Or if you roll a double, you get straight out, like. Right, come on. Nice. Oh, don't fuck me on this chance. That's 300 anyhow. 348 I'll be on. I'd take second place in a beauty contest for this now. Oh, piss off. God almighty, what a load of shit that is. Oh, of course he missed that. Oh, so he got one of the cheap ones. Yeah, what is it? Baltic Avenue. $60. Right. What have I got? See, just looking at who's got a lot of money, you see. Yeah, that isn't an issue, is it? Right, Gary. Gary can't. Maybe an offer Gaza. Nice. Let's put me up to 600. You see the difference in price there. But yeah, I won't take too much of a risk. But I'll get more in. But it's just nice to have a bit of stability. Oh, fuck off! That'll happen a lot. You'll get yourself set up. But you can see now I've got 2 houses on one and one on another, and that's the way it makes you do that. Obviously, you can't just buy 4 houses on one. If you buy 4 houses, they've got to go 2 and 2. You got to think them out, like. But the thing is, though, like, they're always going to be there now, hopefully, if I don't get, like, bankrupted by somebody. So every time you go around, you've kind of got a chance of hitting those two. Oh, nice. Cheeky $22. Is that him again? Fucking dickhead. I love how I said, well, there's no point in even having that. I mean, how much have I given him now? $140 in the last, like, 2 turns. Stupid twat. Right. I don't know any of the railroads, have I? Oh, I've got one that's not been bought yet. Virginia Avenue, 160. What you generally tend to find as well, if there's a group of 3 or a group of like so many, you'll find that the last one in the group's more expensive. So if you look at the blue ones, like the one I had was like 120 and the others were like 100. Bit of a random observation there, but go on. Take a walk on the boardwalk. Got it. No, he'll get something good for that, I reckon. Oh. Now that's a filler if someone's got all 4. Because that's $400. You got to pay double. What's he got to pay? 50 to Paulie. Oh, he's only got 1. That's not. That's the best you can get from that. If it's not your railroad, obviously. Right. What does that dickhead need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or an 8. Right? If I've worked that out right. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. 6 or an 8. Come on. And hopefully some of those others get around as well. Well, Gary. Gary can't. I will say that a lot. But what do you want? I'm only human, right? You got a double there, right? So we'll go again. It's funny with this because you literally start working stuff out on the fly, right? See, if you get 3 doubles in a row, he goes to prison. That one's mine there, right? Atlantic Avenue. Yeah, solid. Have another go. Roll it. 5, mate. No, what did he hit? A 7. That one isn't mine. But if he hits a 1, 2, 3 or a 5, it will be on one of mine. That's Billy Bob's, yeah. But this is how it works, you see. You stack your you try and stack. The good thing with mine is, like, I don't need a lot of hits on them, with them being the most expensive ones, but then there's less of them and they're right at the end of the board, do you know what I mean? So, like, where are we? Oh, you fucking dick. Anything worse than that. 6 or an 8 would have done there. Obviously, like, statistically, there's numbers, I don't know them off the top of my head, but, I mean, obviously you've got more chance of rolling, like, a 7 with 2 dice than you have of rolling, like, a 2. Because, like, there's only one combination that can get you a 2, where there's a few that can get you, like, a 7, so... When you want people to get numbers that are in the middle of the range, you generally tend to find that there's a higher chance of that happening. So when, I mean, I know he's gone past now, but the one before, he needed a 6 or an 8. So obviously there's quite a few combinations that could have got me there. Didn't get either of them. Got a 7, didn't I? Like an absolute dickhead. Right. Oh, shit. I wonder if this will trigger off a trade. You find that as well. If a player wins something, like the next turn, you generally find they'll start straight in with a trade, like. Oh, is he gone from one tax to another? What a fility. What's he gone for? Yeah, 10%. Fucking hell. Unless he gets money here. He's going to... Oh. Friggin' will be poor if you keep paying tax. That's a problem. You be like fucking... You want to be like Jeff Bezos. Pay nothing. I was like, wow. He's the richest man in the world. Funny that I don't pay any tax. Do you know what I mean? Geezer's worth like hundreds of billions. And all his workers are like on welfare and on 0-hour contracts. Anyhow, that's just that could get quite inaccurate and quite politically stupid, but it's true. I saw a video the other day and it was really interested me. I don't know if it's a new one. It's the first time I'd seen it, and it was Jesse Ventura talking about oh Jesus, what now? Not even talking about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, so it was Jesse Ventura, and he was saying about the minimum wage, and he said, but what I'm gonna flip it on its head. What this country really needs is a maximum wage, and then he explained that like the family that owns Walmart, all those lot are all billionaires. So like if you don't need more than 100 million. If you can make $100 million a year, like, do you really need more than that? And he was saying that like any more than that should be like capped off, and like, I mean, he didn't say what to do with it, but obviously put it into a health service, or do you know what I mean? Give it to like the needy, or work it out as some kind of thing. But I mean, the deal with it is like, what does he want? Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think he would. Anyhow, yeah. So what he was saying was like, redistribute that. Hang on. Save the Jesse Ventura. Has he just landed on the house? I think he might have done. Oh, 600. Solid. Get mortgage in those houses, Billy Bob. Nice. I love how I was in the middle of some benevolent rant about like taxing loads of people, taxing the super rich, so basically everybody could have more stuff, and then I'm just screaming at some hillbilly to like mortgage his property so he can pay me money. Oh, the irony. But yeah, that's what Jesse Ventura was saying, basically. And like I say, I'm pretty sure that isn't a new video, but it's the first time I'd seen it. And yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. Because there is people with too much money, right? Way too much money. And you see stuff like Bill Gates and stuff, and like Zuckerberg and all the rest of them, like listing themselves as philanthropists because they're giving a lot of money away, but it's percentage-wise, it's not. Do you know what I mean? I'm more impressed by people who've got nothing and give most of it away than like the super rich who give what's a massive amount of money away, but to them it's just absolutely nothing. Anyhow, that's details. God, that is a deep rant for a it's not even a rant, is it? It's a deep conversational tangent for a Wednesday afternoon game of Monopoly. Can't help it though. It always gets Monopoly, mate. It always gets a bit political. Game's breaking down a bit now. I don't even think, I haven't noticed, but I'm not even sure if anybody else has actually got any groups of properties, any monopolies there. Hang on. Mediterranean Avenue. Has he, well, he'll have 60 because he's gone through, yeah. 11, no, 10, 11, Jesus Christ. You are tired. The thing with this game is, though, it's one of those ones that just sucks a load of time in. It's so compelling, which is like that's the good and the dangerous thing of it, because it's very easy to just lose loads of time to this. I love how Gary went, yeah, just give me that. It's like, no, not at all. The other good thing about this is the fact that, or the other interesting kind of gameplay mechanic about playing with a few computer characters, is that once they start trading, you've got no power over it at all. So, in a funny kind of way, you can play really, really well, but two AI players might choose to just swap a property between both of them that they need to get a monopoly. And then at that point, do you know what I mean? You can get completely stitched up between a few turns just because you haven't got, do you know what I mean? You haven't got the, you've done everything right. You've not traded the ones away that are valuable. Like, look at this cant. Straight away trying to get a, it's a pretty shitty, like, one that is, what's he going to try and get off him? See, that's rubbish. That's not worth it at all. And the funny thing with this is, like, it just goes on for ages. Because he'll be like, no, what about this one? And 90 quid. Deal. So exactly what I was... God, this is frightening. So exactly what I was talking about. So Gary Kant and his 8 houses. So that sounds like quite a lot. But it's just 4 houses on each of the cheap ones there. God, I hope he lands on one of mine now. I'd absolutely piss myself if he did. He's not in a bad spot to there either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? Yeah, 5 or 7. 5 or 7, son. Right, what have I got that he wants? Oh, that one. No. Nah, son. Right. What's it? Oh, yeah, because he swapped him the other ones, didn't he? Jesus Christ. Let's have a look. No. I don't know, I was thinking about it then, but it's just too much of a risk in it at the moment. They're all just creeping around now. This would be perfect. How much money is it? I don't think he's got enough money to buy that, has he? There you go. The auction. The only problem is, I can't remember how much money I've got. Let's have a look. It's only worth like 200. Yeah, so it's gone past the point where it's a bargain now. Yeah, so just go crazy, boys. Oh. Jesus Christ, yeah. The noise he makes when you get it, like, Hatcher! Oh! See, all you people with no money are now edging around in my part of the neighbourhood. Come stay a while. It's like Hotel California. Nice. Cheeky bit of rent. The Spinal Tap album. Bent for the rent. Right, where are we? Community chest? Oh, no chance. Don't be the one where I have to pay to repair. I'm fine with that. Nobody owns all of them, so I'll make something. 100, yeah, that's alright. I can deal with that. I've still got an alright sum of money. The other thing that slows this game down, as you've probably noticed, is that, excuse me, the further you get into it, the more trades people want to make. So turns just end up taking longer. But it's like that with any game, right? Like I used to play... Oh, he's banging some hotels down, is he? Cheeky. I used to play a lot of Civilization 4 with my good friends Rez and Wilson. We used to play so much Civ 4. And the deal with that was that was just early games, just took no time at all. And then near the end, you'd be taking like 15 minutes a turn. Oh, Gary. Sort it out, Gaza. Gary can't. He can't pay, unfortunately. Bless him. What's that? 600. Oh, nice. That is solid. What's Billy Bob doing? Apart from having the fastest boat in the whole damn river. Which is from... let's have a look. Yeah. What's that from? It's from... Live and Let Die, I want to say. With the sheriff, with the speedboat. Sure didn't look like your cousin to me, Sheriff. Right. Oh, you see. Set him up a treat there as well. What's that, 5, is it? 5 or 7. Not a 5 or 7, son. You're going for a very expensive holiday. Oh, or you. Now, I've got quite a bit of cash here. Let's have a look. That's mine. Quality. Just have a bit of tea. I mean, that's the problem with this as well. I mean, my tea's past its best there. But still. Now, surely, he's just going to pay 10%, right? Oh, but it takes all this stuff into consideration. What a filly. Oh. And he just got past the old wall of death. Never mind. You can't dodge it forever, son. Therein lies the joy of this one. Oh. I mean, that's got to be game over, surely. How much? Oh. 1,300. That's perhaps the most Tory thing I've ever done. I'll give you a job at my Premier Inn, son. Jesus Christ. It's fucking bankrupted him. Get out. So then there were 3. And that's how it works. He got to the point where... yeah, I mean, I didn't get asked to unmortgage any of his stuff. So I have got all 3 now of the yellow ones, which is decent. Or Boardwalk, where I can put a house on. Boardwalk goes from 1,400 to 1,700 with 1. That's maybe a bit of a bigger jump. That's probably better value, and it's slightly less to put the houses on there as well. It is, was it 150? I want to say. Yeah, so that's gonna be what, 450? Yeah, that makes sense. Do a cheeky bit of quick maths in my head there. Nice, topical. Like a year later. Oh, don't get the assess for street repairs one. As long as I don't get that, we're fine. The utility one again. 7. Is that Gary? Yeah. Jesus Christ. Fucking Gary's cleaned up with that. Is that his? I don't even know. Is the other bloke going to bankrupt him? No, that's the other bloke, innit? 50. Oh, that's fuck all, innit? That's Billy Bob. What's he saying? Bang a load of houses on there, is he? Can't say I blame him. That's what I would have done. It's... The game's at a funny point now, where there's one bloke who's clearly nearly bankrupt, and that's the bloke who's just landed in that house. And me and cousin Billy Bob. But then the thing is, like, you're never as out of it in a game of Monopoly as you think you are, really. Because, I mean, those houses over there, I could land on the first one and pay whatever it is, like 50 quid, and then I could get, like, double one and land on the next one and have to pay him a bit more. And it's surprising how when you're only getting an extra 200 a turn, it's surprising how much you can kind of, your funds can just get eaten away at. That's why it's nice to have a couple of houses, like a couple of groups. Those ones up at the top, those yellow ones, are really good. Because they are a bit more expensive to put on, but it's expensive when people end up staying there. 11, solid. Get me thingy back. Get me 200. Solid. Right. And that's the other thing as well, when you've got that little money. Anything bankrupts you and forces you to make contingencies. I mean, he's got, what, $23 there? So that's just in his hand. I understand he'll have more with assets and everything, but it's just such a hassle when you've got to start shifting stuff around. Let's have a look. Once again, press the wrong button. I mean, Jesus Christ almighty. I'm so deep into this recording now that, do you know what I mean? You're just going to have to deal with all this. Right. Yeah. The jump from 1 to 2 is massive in terms of houses. And you notice it with those ones because they're a bit more expensive anyway. Oh, I was just about to say, I'm hoping that one of those cats comes unstuck around the corner. Yeah, stay in jail for a bit. Somebody else cook your meals and wash your clothes. See, he's in a rough spot there, old Billy Bob is. So you could get what? 3, a 4, or a 6. I'll land on one of mine. Oh, come on, don't screw me on this. Oh, nice, I needed that. I thought it was going to go. You're assessed for street repairs. You're bankrupt. I love how, like, if you're assessed for street repairs and you can't pay it, like, yeah, he can't afford to pay it, yeah. Like, you can sometimes sell the houses to repair them. It's like, how does that work? It's like, I need 50 quid to repair that house. I've just sold it, mate. It's like... Nice. Staring down the barrel of them expensive ones, son. I'm alright on this amount of cash at the moment. I'll just sit here and trundle around. He soon is going to do that. I wonder if he doesn't roll a double now, is he going to have to pay to get out of jail? Oh! Touch. Unlucky, son. That's about 1,300 quid, isn't it? Or is it more than that? Let's have a look. 1,400. Yeah, just might as well just unmortgage them. I mean, I should really look at where else I've got. But yeah, oh, he's struggling now, Gary is, bless him. He's at a mortgage a railroad to get out of prison. Jesus Christ, it's like an episode of fucking Crime and Sports, this is. Fucking Billy Bob and his panhandle behaviour and a guy having to mortgage the railroad to get out of prison. You probably heard me quite a lot the last couple of weeks talk about the Crime and Sports podcast. It was my good friend, Mr. Simon Deacon, that tipped me onto it originally. And it's just incredible. But they do too, like Crime and Sports on a Tuesday and Small Town Murder on a Thursday. They're just the funniest guys, and the stuff's such high quality. Check it out if you haven't already. If you like podcasts and stuff, because it's one of the better ones. Oh, is this it? I don't think he's not. If he's had to do that to get out of prison, I think he might struggle here. What's the bill? 330. Oh no, he can just about. Fucking hell, Gaza. Struggling. The struggle's real. Oh, sell the hotels. She's left me. 3 houses worth fuck all. All that for three. Do you know what I mean? All that for 330. God almighty, what's the world coming to? Right. You see, and the other thing is, like, as you get better and you connect more stuff up, you find that you can, you can basically, you get monopolies without even realising it. Because you bankrupt people and then you get all the stuff on mortgage and you're like, oh yeah, I've actually got quite a few properties here. Why the hell not? Let's go out balling out of control, shall we? It's such overkill, really, if you're being honest. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't need it. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that at all. Yeah, unlucky. Unlucky Gaza. What could you possibly want? You've got £4, mate. £4. You're not in a position to... If I've got £4 in my wallet, I'm not going to be looking at, like, checking my portfolio. It's a miracle he's still alive. Absolute miracle. Oh. Gaza. Sell 2 houses to pay a night at a fucking North Carolina Avenue. Times are tough. Still. Call not Dole and all that. Gone full Thatcher. Fucking bought everything and smashed rent up. That's me, right? Yeah. I was going to say I thought it was him. Oh. He'd even work. Do you know what I mean? It's £2,000 to stay there and he's got £2. He'd be what? God, he's fucking locked out there. But I was going to say him again, sell houses. Oh, it's a vicious fucking circle. Who's he selling them to? Do you know what I mean? Fucking cash converters or something. Got these houses, mate. You're like, no, have you got a receipt? Ugh. Oh, cash converters. To be fair, they're a lot better now. Like, or not cash converters so much, but like kind of those type shops. CEX, places like that. Like in terms of not taking stuff unless it's got receipts, unless it's all clearly bought and paid for properly. Although, funny story, right? So, oh yeah, I haven't told you all ever. So I got a job, right? So I've got a job that starts on Monday. I went for an interview last Friday, which is cool. The last job I had, we got told in the... he ain't got much left here. We got told in the February that it was closing in the July. So I had a really slow kind of 6 months of just tire kicking, really. And just kind of turning up and make... Because I teach, you know what I mean? So, like, my learners are my priority. So turning up and making sure that all the teaching stuff was done properly. But, yeah, like, it was hard to kind of retain motivation for all the other kind of stuff to do with the job that's boring anyway. But anyhow, so... we got word that that basically we got told that the IT equipment in terms of the computers were going back, but anything else in the centre, they weren't going to have IT weren't, so we could take it. So I did a couple of things. I did a car boot sale with a load of keyboards and monitors and stuff like that from the centre. which went quite well. I didn't make that massive. I made about 60 quid, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, I did a card sale, which was quite cool. But the funniest thing was that for a while we had these monitors that were really good, these HP monitors for the PCs, and we got told that we could have them. So everyone was like, "Oh, shotgunning their own kind of monitors." And I knew I was going to have mine, but I didn't know what I was going to do with it because I don't really need one. And I thought I could always just sell it on eBay or do something with it. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't going to let them have it because they're only going to the company's basically gone. So I mean, it'd just be sitting in a warehouse somewhere. Hey up. Oh, so IT come in on nearly final day, and they have someone's monitor, like another staff member's monitor. So the other staff member says, "What's happening with this monitor? I wanted this monitor." And the guy was like, "Oh, no, we're taking everything. We've been told we're taking everything." And I heard him say this, right? So I took my monitor, unplugged it, shoved it in a drawer, and waited for them to go. And then when they went, I took it up to CEX and said, "I'm looking to sell this monitor, mate." And the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah." I had a quick look at it. I had the cable, the rest of it, plugged it in. Hang on. This has got to be it, right? Oh. And that, my good friends, is One Credit as advertised. And as fitting as this story I'm going to finish telling it is with the word, with my name, a sum of money, and the Monopoly man dancing on top of a dollar sign in a really gross display of brutal capitalism. So the IT guys were still in the office, so I just nipped out the fire exit with my monitor and took it up to CEX, and they were like, I was like, "I'm just looking to sell this monitor, mate," and he plugged it in, had a quick test of it, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's fine, I'll do you 27 quid cash," and I was like, "Oh, perfect." So I went back to the office, sat in there for 10 minutes, then went back up, and 27 quid, solid. I think I bought a sandwich, not for 27 quid, but that was part of it anyhow. But yeah, that did kind of tickle me, that one. But yeah, that's the kind of top and bottom of it, and that is the top and bottom of Monopoly on the Super Nintendo. Fun, right? All kinds of fun. Really kind of plays well, and the AI is not too bad either, to be honest with you. Like we had quite the fun game there, which was good. I really lucked out by getting the two expensive ones, to be honest with you, and then just bobbing a load of stuff on them, which is a really solid way to go about things, really. But yeah, that was fun. I had a lot of is this ever going to end? I don't know. Anyhow, I'll keep talking. Pressing anything doesn't seem to do anything. But yeah, I'll play Monopoly quite a bit. Like this version, it's a lot of fun. Multiplayer is fun. Oh, it's reset quality. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a bit unusual, isn't it? It's cool to do stuff like that, and it's cool to have a look at maybe stuff that you wouldn't see normally, or different bits and pieces and stuff like that. But I hope you really enjoyed this, and like I say, out of all the kind of 8 and 16-bit versions that are out there, this for me is kind of probably the best one. Alright, thanks again, just before I go, to everybody who's got involved with Patreon and Amazon affiliate and all that kind of good stuff. Check out the links in the description box. There'll be a video out on Saturday. Now, I won't be here on Saturday. I will be in Russia. But I will schedule the video to go up on Patreon. If you see the video around, you see the Patreon post around, retweet it, do you know what I mean? Send it out there. And obviously on Sunday, I will make episode 3 of Patreon picks available for general viewing as well, which is quite cool. Okay, yes, I'm going to go. You take very, very good care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon for the next episode of One Credit Classics. Take care.